Now, we all know that when most teenagers play sport, it is very important to look the part. Now, it helps with confidence and feeling good. But for a team of young basketball players in Dudley, the cost of sports shoes are often the real problem. They can be £150 a pair.
However, one of their coaches came up with a very good idea, linking the top-level stars of the game with those just starting out. Our sports correspondent Steve Clamp has been finding out more.
While this is very much the attention during most basketball matches, there's something closer to the ground on the minds of many young players. The footwear. A pair of branded basketball shoes can cost £150. For many, like those here in Dudley, that simply puts them out of reach. But then one of the coaches from the West Bromwich Albion Foundation had an idea. Sarah Booth also works with the Professional British Basketball League, where she comes into contact with big-name professional players from all over the world while they're playing here for British clubs.
One thing that I was aware of is a lot of the players, when they leave after being here for a long 8 months, they only have a certain baggage allowance, and they often leave shoes which are in pretty good condition compared to some of the shoes that some of my kids are playing in it. So I just asked them if there were any shoes they didn't want, and this was the response, which is mind-blowing how many we ended up with.
Indeed, quite a haul. Nearly 50 pairs in total, more than £5,000 worth, from medium sizes all the way up to the biggest you'll come across. That's handy for the likes of Clayton and Piana. He is 15, and yes, a size 15.
With these type of shoes as well, it's like, I know these just came out not very recently as well, so they're very expensive. It's a great feeling that we have stars that maybe come down to the community they grew up in. They're giving back to young kids that maybe they didn't have the opportunity. They want to give it to them, and maybe they have a better chance.
One of those basketball stars who wanted to get involved is London Lions player Jordan Williams. This is actually one of his pairs. He came along to this training session to tell us why he wanted to help.
Yeah, I'm from London, so coming up in these scrimmages as well, I kind of saw myself in these kids, and going into the professional environment now. So seeing these kids just giving back to the kids is a great thing.
It must be nice to think that there's some kid out there who's going to be actually wearing your shoes. That must be quite a nice feeling.
It feels a bit weird, but yeah, just giving back to the kids. That's a great thing, and it makes us feel good as well.
And the fact that people like Jordan have worn these shoes actually gives them added value to those who are now hoping to wear them.
Some of the players that donated are some really big stars, and I think that's what's captivated some of the kids to, they might be old, but they want them because they're, some of the players that they've watched on TV.
So the big moment, something of a free-for-all as the players battle over the shoes they really want. Clayton was in luck. Having the biggest feet meant there was no competition for the size 15s he had his eye on. In fact, he got 3 pairs. There was a bit of training kit up for grabs too, which led to some negotiating. And if it couldn't be decided who would have what, they had to have a shootout. At least he's happy. But in some ways, everyone, from the stars who are donating to the players receiving, is, just for once, a winner.
Brilliant idea.
Lovely.
Really
now,
good.
don't forget, it's a Cycle to Work Day.